I have two, and the first one was my mom. She was born in July of 2011, 1911 in Hatch, Utah. And she lived there until, I don't know which month, but in 1964. And then she moved down here and lived here the rest of her life. But I can remember as a child seeing the west sky all light up as a child in Hatch. She did get cancer in the summer of 1993, and she was living here. She couldn't swallow even water, and so she did have some, it was on her lymph. It's hypopharyngeal carcinoma. And so she did have that removed, and I think she had radiation. I don't remember that for sure. But I just remember at one point her skin just looked kind of gray, and it was just, it smelled awful, and I think it was when the cancer was dying. I don't know. Anyway, she had a successful surgery on that. Another person is my husband. But he was affected with Downwinders. He also grew up in Hatch, and he worked on the logs. I mean, his father's the one that owned the sawmill and the logging company, so he was outside all the time. He was born in 1932, and when he came here to Dixie College when he was 18 or 19, whatever, I don't know what age. And he was taking a class which his teacher would take them out on Utah Hill so that they could watch the tests. So he was exposed to it in that direction, besides being in Hatch. In 2007, yeah, it was 2008, in February of 2008, he had cancer surgery on his neck, and they took, it was a 7-hour surgery. It was the right parotid and neck contents. So it was a carcinoma. This is what the medical record says. On February the 4th of 2008, right total parotidectomy, the right modified radical neck dissection, and right thyroid lobectomy with a ISTHMUSE-ectomy. They took part of the thyroid, but he went through many, many tests to try to figure out where it was whatever that word is, right there, and they couldn't find where it came from. So he didn't actually go through any chemotherapy or radiation because they didn't know what to target. I don't know if we knew when those tests were going to happen or if we just happened to see them. But we all ran out to see him because that was unusual and spectacular. We just all wanted to see it. I can remember the lights, the sky lighting up, and I'm not going to say I can remember any sound because that doesn't come to my memory. But I just remember being afraid of war. I can remember the Japanese war and just being really afraid of that. I was really little and it just scared me. I do remember that there were several movies made about the nuclear testing, and that was intriguing to go and see that, and it just wiped out everything. I mean, it's just scary to think what it could do.